Sinner and the Saint. I'm Melissa Bell.
And I'm Allison Kane.
So last month we both celebrated our birthdays.
One at the very beginning and one at the very end.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And kind of jokingly, I'm like, oh my gosh, I must be going through a midlife crisis. But then I'm like, oh, please don't let me live to 102. But I started 2 new things right before my birthday. Jiu-jitsu has always been in the peripheral.
Yes.
And I've done a little bit here and there, but I actually started committing to 4 to 5 classes a week.
Wow. 4 to 5 a week? I didn't
Yes.
know it was that many.
Yes.
Okay.
And I started counseling again.
That is great.
Yeah. So we're getting some of the aggression out. We're getting some of the emotions out. It's going to be a good year.
That's a good combo.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
That's
Not
my
that you need
self-care.
me. Not that you need me to be proud.
Listen, my self-care is not a spa. Mine is a jiu-jitsu class where I can whoop somebody's butt and some counseling.
There you go. so that you keep it in the gym.
That's right. That's right.
Well, last week we talked about living in challenging times and how do we get through that.
I tried really hard to channel that emotion, yes.
Yes, and what we should focus on. But this week, I thought we'd talk about what do we do when things are going right? And we're in a season where the seas have calmed for a bit.
I'm going to be a student in this class.
Okay.
Yep, not sure I have experienced that, but I'm looking forward to the day.
I think you're on the right track, man.
Yes.
Well, I was in Matthew 6:34, and it said, give your entire attention to what God is doing right now. And don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes. And
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. It's easy to write that down. But I was thinking, I am currently, and when we are in a time when things feel settled or in their place, for lack of a better word, where you feel like you're kind of focused on what you're supposed to focus on and that sort of thing. And, we're empty nesters now, so we have a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So there's a little more space in our lives. But it has been difficult for me to enjoy.
Really? I don't know. You look pretty happy to me.
Well, on the outside.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I am happy, but I remember going in and sitting with Dr. C and saying, okay, so this has happened and this has happened. And, I've been sitting with the Lord about this, and I'm just really thinking, I'm wondering what he's preparing me for next. And, what this means and what I can do with this and these lessons that I've learned and blah, blah, blah. He's like, Allison, can you just enjoy today? Do not worry about what does God have for me? What are the next steps he has? He will take you there. Mm-hmm. And this verse, of course, came up randomly.
Oh, it was so random.
So random. God, so random. And give your entire attention to what God is doing right now. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not for the fall, not for the spring, right now. And rest in that. So why is it difficult for us? And I'm hoping I'm not the only one alone in this. Difficult for us to enjoy and rest in those moments of life. And they can be very short, because there's always something that's going to, coming up. But in even short seasons where things are settled, the battle has been fought. I don't know if we won it or not, right? But we've survived it. The mountain's been climbed, and we're sitting at the top enjoying the view for a moment before we have to start the trek back down to the valley. The hard work has been done, and it needs to be celebrated. What keeps us from resting, from celebrating, and the contentment in that?
So many things.
Yeah.
So many things.
Because I think just as important as it is during difficult times in our life to sit, to listen, to collect strength from God, it's the same thing, or we should do the same things in times of rest and the in-betweens. When we're called to give our attention to what God is doing right now. So, what is right now? Why is it hard? I think one of the things is fear for me.
Well, there's a lot of...
It's like if I relax, like I've been fighting this battle.
Right.
I'm like, I'm geared up. I got my armor on. I'm good. Like okay, I fought this battle.
Yeah.
The adrenaline's up, like, okay. And then the battle's over and it's kind of hard to, it's almost like when a soldier comes home from the battlefield. I mean, not quite, because they've literally been in battle, although we feel like it sometimes.
Yeah.
How hard it must be for them to transition from that life back into the comforts of home. And so I imagine it like that.
I also think that part of it is hard for them because while they're at home resting, let's keep on the soldier train because you hit it, soldier boy.
Let's do it.
While they're home resting, they feel a little guilt because they know what the people in battle are going through right now.
Yes. So it's like, well, what? I don't really deserve this time of rest.
Yes.
My
buddy doesn't
have it right now. Yes, and it can feel a little lazy. Like I should just enjoy this. Like,
and even if you're trying to enjoy it, deep down inside,
you're
not really enjoying it.
Are you enjoying the moment? Like letting God worry about the next thing. And so I've really been thinking a lot about this, and I think those the guilt, and the fear, and just maybe the shock after you've been going in battle to go from one extreme maybe to another can be difficult and takes a little bit of time. But then I started thinking these rest periods are so important to us. One, because just like we learn from the hard things that we do, we are also learning. God doesn't waste anything. I'm learning the time of reflecting and rest because I'm recognizing and recalling things. I've been given a pause to savor, to let sink in, to reflect on what the battle was like.
Yes, and how God brought you through it.
And how God brought us through and took those lessons away. But I think there's so much beauty in that. But also the benefits of this season are we have the energy to come alongside the ones who are still in battle. Mm-hmm. We can triage.
Yeah.
When we're all in the battle, we're all fighting.
Right.
And it's like I can throw you a Band-Aid.
Right. But I'm not putting it on you.
But I cannot clean your wound and put your Band-Aid on for you and give you a hug.
Right.
Maybe. It's like, girl, I got your Band-Aid. Here you go.
Yeah,
all right, let's
carry
go.
on.
now I'm going to wrap my ankle so I can walk or hobble, That is, and so that to me was such a beautiful image that the Lord gave me.
I almost wonder if it's hard, you just totally don't even recognize that you're no longer in the battle.
Sometimes it takes a while.
This is sort of a little side street. What would be a podcast if I had to give one, right?
I love a side street.
I'm thinking about William and how, as I'm prepping for the fall and all things coming up, I'm stressing out about the fact that he's going to be at home. I'm going to be gone a little bit, and he's going to be alone. And my older son used to be with him, and this year he's not. Because I'm still operating as if William is young.
Right.
I have not fully embraced and acknowledged and accepted the fact that he is very capable.
He is a young adult.
And while we're operating like that in the house, in my mind, when I'm trying to plan something, book something, the guilt of that is laying on me. Mm-hmm. I have not fully acknowledged or accepted where we are.
You're in a season of freedom, but you're not finding,
but am I really?
But right. You are, right. We get in these seasons of freedom, but then we have such a hard time. It's almost like the transition, the grief.
Yes.
And we're like, wait a minute, this is a good thing.
Yes.
But it takes a minute.
Right. And so I feel like what you're talking about, that could also be an issue.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love that. This is relevant in so many ways. I think too that when when we've been through a battle or a season that has been difficult, I mean, I keep calling them battles because that's how I feel. I always feel like those times are just because inside there's just like a battle. It's like, I got to go to the Lord. I got to put this down. I got to fight this thought, fight this fear, fight this whatever. We're not the same people anymore. When we come out of those things, we're different,
Yeah.
and hopefully for the better. But a time of rest gives us the capability and the blessing of being able to sit with this new person,
Yeah.
these new lessons, these new things that we've learned about ourselves, and to recognize the things that have changed within us, whether it's a deeper faith, how the hope that we held on to in this past season of difficulty looked different than 2 years ago, so that we can notice our growth, because we definitely need to celebrate that. We're not the same after each mountain that we've climbed, each obstacle that we've overcome, and we need to get to know ourselves.
I think that's why I love journaling so much, because I will journal big moments. Well, I journal a lot, but I really stop and I will journal a big moment or event and journal my feelings. And then I do go back and say, wow, look how far we've come.
Right.
You know what I mean? A year ago, I may have burned that down.
Right.
But here we are.
Look at me today.
Yeah.
And yes, I have a long way to go, and I'm never going to have it right.
Right.
I'm never going to reach the finish line in this thing life until I go to heaven one day. But I'm definitely moving in the right direction.
Yes, I was actually speaking at that event and I said, do you guys not realize that when you journal, you are writing your history with God? Not only that, that is a gift that you will pass down to generation and generation of God's faithfulness in Moses' life, but more importantly, in your own life.
Yes.
And that's your history.
For your family.
Yes. And so that's why it's so important. And I try to take that into consideration sometimes when I'm writing.
Sometimes not too many details, just
That's
enough.
right. That's right.
Hopefully they don't get to read them till, after you're gone, so then it won't really matter.
Right. And they'll have like numbers. Read this one last.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I think too, the rest, it restores. When we're able to sit by the spring with the Lord, He renews our soul. He renews our spirit. He renews our strength. And those reserves are filled up so that we're getting ready. Like even athletes, they train. They have seasons of rest and they're training and they're thinking and they're looking at everything so that they're prepared for the next thing. And I think if we can shift our mentality, like this is not, all these things I'm saying, that is not lazy. And,
Right.
and we should not feel guilty. This is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
There's no room for guilt in this. This season of rest and settle is temporary, trust me. So another season is coming around the corner, and like it says, whatever hard things come up when the time comes, we'll deal with them.
Yeah.
It doesn't say if, it's like when.
Right.
She knows that word. When they come up, because they will. But this is also work. It just looks different.
And the good news is you can go and like tag somebody out on the front line and take the front line soon, right?
Right.
Like you're going to come back wiser, smarter, faster, more hydrated.
More hydrated. I love it. Yeah. I wrote a list of all the things that we celebrate. Well, not a whole list, but I was just thinking, after you finish 4 years of high school or college, there's a ceremony and you celebrate.
Yeah.
because you have accomplished something really hard. Well, at least it was for my kids. Just to make it through school and every aspect of it. But then every year of life that we complete,
Yes.
we celebrate that with a birthday party. Like, we acknowledge another year of life lived and that we're blessed with. When we finished a work project, you know, you have a dinner with your people, your colleagues, and you celebrate, you know, I don't know, I'm not in the business world, so I don't have all the lingo, but when you sign a new customer
They have
or you
grand
get a
openings,
new project, or
yeah.
you finish a building that you've been, a hotel like that
Yeah.
Chris builds, and you have a grand opening, we celebrate and we rest and we celebrate what we've accomplished and work hard for it. We publish a book.
Yeah.
And you celebrate that. Well, I don't like to, but
Yeah, you don't.
you're like, yeah, you don't. Think about, we do it with marriage. We celebrate another year of marriage together. We rest and celebrate in that. And good gracious, think about people that run. I mean, I am not a runner. I'm not going to run any marathons or anything like that, but definitely want to celebrate that. So why won't we celebrate and rest in our own wins and accomplishments that God helped us through?
Right.
I mean, when I say our wins, I mean, we're not really having any without God
Right.
when
right.
it comes to those things. But when we get to the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
because, you know, the next day, it might be different. You never know what you're going to wake up to.
What I hear you saying is let's all go have cupcakes.
I think, yes. You know, and yes, we should. Even if it's not your birthday. It's like I told my mom recently. I said, Mom, she had this, you know, this piece of jewelry that was my grandmother's. And she's like, well, I'll wear that when I go to this party in September. And I'm like, Mom, no.
Wear it today.
Every single day that we wake up and wear it every day. She's like, well, I'm not going anywhere except for to walk the dog and maybe to check the mail. I said, wear the ring.
Yeah.
Wear the ring. Today, you wake up, you're alive. The sun is shining on you. Wear the ring. Every day is a special occasion.
Every day. Well, this gives me a reason to celebrate. I hope every one of you can go and maybe see your season of rest more as a season of celebration.
Yeah.
Or rest with a cupcake.
And notice it.
Yes.
I think we can be so jacked up on adrenaline and
Yeah.
so geared up for the next shoe that's going to drop or the next battle that we never lay the armor down for a minute and sit and reflect and enjoy this time with the Lord.
Yeah.
Because it is a different season and there are different lessons and different insights and wisdom that He can give us and that we're able to receive when we are not in the battle at the time. I mean, we're always in a battle technically, but
Right.
you know what I mean. When things seem calm, there are so many beautiful lessons from the Lord and so much wisdom that we can glean, but take notice and try to relish it. Work on relishing it. That is, I'm working on it. It can be difficult.
But it can be oh so fun.
Oh, so fun.
Oh so fun. Yes.
Yes,
Aw.
life-changing for sure, as in all things, because God doesn't waste anything and He is always working to teach us and guide us and pull us forward closer to Him.
And you know, God's fun.
He is, and He's funny. I mean,
Sometimes it's funny later.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be funny in a month. But right now,
sometimes I don't appreciate His sense of humor at
Yeah.
the time, but yeah, He's funny.
Yeah.
I'll even say that. I'm like, oh, you're funny.
Yeah. Oh, you funny today, boy.
Yeah.
You're feeling a certain way today, ain't ya?
Yeah, He is fun. And He does love us. And He delights in us. And He loves it when we can delight in Him.
Yes.
And I think we forget that sometimes because we're so focused on surviving sometimes.
Or the next big thing.
Or the next big thing. Yeah. And what God's preparing us for. Oh my gosh. You know, what's coming next?
Or even exciting, like, what's next? Oh my gosh, I have to do this and this and this. And I recently was thinking, you know, as I'm working on Evie Jane, and I was kind of getting a little down on myself about, you haven't quite secured the next thing. And God was like, why are you in a rush? I was like, check, okay.
Give your entire attention to what God is doing right now.
Today.
That's right. Today. He will come through, and he will help us deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes.
Yep, God's word says, do not worry about what you will say, for I will give you the words.
Oh, amen to that. Hey, thanks for joining us this week on The Sinner and the Saint.